Hey traders from around the world, welcome to the June 2nd real life stock review. All right, Ashley has laid down the gauntlet. You have your challenge. Make sure to take some photos, send them our way, go explore the world and go travel, right? Relax, meditate, enjoy, have a great weekend. We're gonna go camping. You're gonna get some photos from that for sure. And we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching this review. Jeremy, can you get that up and running, please?
Why, hello there, traders from around the world. How's everyone doing? It's me, Jerremy Alexander from realifetraining.com. SPY, got a lot of stuff on the board. Loving this weekend. Did not love today, though. Man, yesterday was great. Wednesday was great. Today, I traded like a one-winged sparrow trying to win an archery competition with a 400-pound bow and arrow. The SPY was a great move, great all-time high. I had a trader ask me this question in an email the other day. Jeremy, how valuable is the afternoon trading room? Since it is a swing trading room, right? It's posted after market close. Let me give you another clip, another insight into the afternoon stock review that we do in the afternoon every day, 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and just kind of show you the analysis that I had on the SPY just on Tuesday. Entry for me, I'm looking at playing pretty much the all-time high, this previous all-time high level. Right there, which is about 240.50. So if you come in here to an hourly chart, you'll kind of see this is the previous all-time high in this price range. Could pull back to there tomorrow, maybe the next day, but again, right around 240.50. And if / once we pull back to that price, that's where I'll be looking at buying the dip on the SPY. Right? So that's just the SPY. We do that type of analysis with stocks all the time. Stocks that each of you request. So if you're interested in that, the cat is probably out of the bag at this point, but if it's not entirely out the bag, I'll mostly let it out. Here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Next week, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is going to be the free day trading classes. I'll be reteaching those live at 6 Central, 7 Eastern that whole week. And then, the week following, the entire week, is going to be the enrichment campaign of real life trading. Twice a year, we open up the doors to the morning and afternoon day trading room, and that will be happening the week after the day trading classes. So everyone and anyone is welcome to attend that. I will be sending out links for that on the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Right, so make sure you're there. It's entirely free. It won't cost you a dime. And even if you can't make it live, I'll still be sending out recordings. We'll be doing all kinds of stuff that week. We only do it twice a year. I want the entire world to know about it. So if you are at all interested in that, just keep your eyes peeled on your inbox. Know that it's upcoming, and you can email me if you have any questions about it, but it's right around the corner. Next week, we'll be having the free day trading classes, so make sure you register for those. If you don't know exactly where to register, you can hop over to a really cool website called realifetraining.com. It's entirely free, and you'll notice a little bit of a banner right here on realifetraining.com on the very front page as soon as my internet loads. Right here, free webinar, Learn to Day Trade, June 6th to the 9th, 2017. So you can click on that and register for those free day trading classes. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, great market today. Let me show you how I just absolutely failed on the Qs today. I want to share my failures with you. I fail at least once a day. This is one of those situations. The Qs, so we had a white candle gapping up into an all-time high. And I thought to myself, all right, cool. Let's see if it does this and this. I thought it was going to trade a little bit lower than it did. It was a retest gap. I should have played it as a retest gap. I went bearish on it instead. Now the good news is, how much did I lose? I lost 1R, right? That was it. I mean, so the whole day I'm down 2R. I took 3 trades. I lost 2R on the day. Big whoop. I'm down negative 1.3R on the month right now. So yeah, things like that happen. It is what it is. That's failure though. Failure to me is losing 2R on a day trade in a day. So on the Qs, look at this trade. Oh my gosh. And what makes me the most upset is I wanted to go bullish, but I was already down 2R before this happened. So if I took this trade, I would have the possibility of losing 3R, which, you know, I can still do per my plan. I can lose 3R per day, but it's the beginning of the month. I didn't want to get into the hole potentially.
So it was a retest gap. Look at this resistance. This is the pre-market high right here. Look at this hammer candle. How do I not go bullish after seeing that hammer candle? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. How did I not go bullish right there with a stop right there? I cannot tell you. And then we broke above that resistance. We retested with an hour-long pennant, and then we broke out. If you didn't make money trading the Qs bullish today, call yourself Jerremy Newsome because it was real easy, but I missed it badly. At least Grant and a few other traders got the hang of it today, so well done. Looks like we're going to continue to go higher in the market. Here's the IWM, nice upper shadow. The IWM has gone up like 5% in the last 3 days. Still got the iron condor on it. As of right now, still looks fair to middling. Man, good jolly gee whiz. There's a lot of requests today, so let's go ahead and get those knocked out. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Jonah, who is Bob's son. And Jonah had an in-school competition back in March, I believe, March, April, picking stocks. It was kind of a buy and hold game, right? They had to pick some stocks and they had to buy and hold them. I forget all the stocks that he chose, but Jonah, I want to let you know, I think he did really, really fantastic. He chose SQ, again, back in, I believe, March, which has just been tearing up the charts. He also chose Nintendo, duh, easy stock, right? This thing has been going freshly bullish. And I talked about this one as well. I think TJ requested this stock back in February, March. I mentioned, hey guys, if you're going bullish, this is the time to do it. And it most certainly did. So Jonah, well done. And I think the other trade that he took on was US Steel. And this is a great takeaway. So Jonah told his dad, he said, you know, buy and hold works really good, but I could have made a lot more or lost smaller if I had the opportunity to actively trade my stock picks. Because he bought some US Steel and he had to hold that US Steel. I think he bought it somewhere around here and would have made a little bit of money had he gotten in and gotten out. But after it broke, he could have mitigated his risk severely. So I don't know how well he did or if he won the competition, but regardless, Jonah, the fact that you were doing this at your age, my man, congratulations, keep it up. Follow in the footsteps of your father. He's one of the best traders I've ever met in my life, and proud of you, man. Keep it up. So a few others that were requested. Let's go look at Chipotle. Chipotle's doing a whole heck of a lot of nothing. Looks like a burrito right now. This 480 price range, here's the weekly chart, and this is a big, big resistance. Let me show you why. Here's the long-term moving averages. That's why right there. That 100 simple moving average, big time resistance. So this is a pennant pattern on Chipotle. Earnings are, you know, around the corner, 2 months from now. It could break up or down. I really don't know what direction. Down makes the most sense initially. Breaks down, kind of comes and retests that double bottom neckline, doesn't like this, and then goes higher. That makes the most sense, but really either one of those is a possibility on CMG. Next on the list is CELG. I always call this one Cologne, but it's not. Celgene, but it looks like Cologne. Very nice weekly candle. These 2 weeks, check this out, ladies and gentlemen, tweezer bottom. Now, it's not a textbook tweezer bottom, but both candles are the exact same price on a weekly chart. That's a big deal. My brother Adrian's in a $100 call that he got back into a while ago, back in October. So he's hanging on to that one. Here's the daily time frame. Daily time frame looks good. Looks like a little bit of a double bottom. I'll put it to you this way. I'm not specifically bearish on ticker symbol CELG. If it closes above the neckline, we've still got about another 50 minutes, but if it closes above here, I think it looks like a nice buy low, sell high to me. Baidu, ticker symbol BIDU. Here's the weekly chart. My buddy Mark is in a bull put spread. Let me actually ask him really quick when that expires. I'm just going to message him in Slack. Mark, when does your Baidu spread expire? Question mark. Okay, so it looks like it's breaking out of this triangle. Most of my traders who are trading in Baidu are in bull put spreads of some kind, or put sales or shares. And we're just waiting for it to break out. It has all the signals. It looks like it's going to. Biggest thing that I'm waiting for is some type of bullish volume to come in, or potentially a close above the May 31st candle. If it can do that, in my opinion, it would look a little bit more bullish than bearish. Here's TD Ameritrade. Here's about AMTD. And AMTD, sideways as sideways can be. Here's the weekly charts. And you had a really good pullback on TD Ameritrade. That I will grant you. And notice I had a really pretty double bottom way back here as well. Double bottom pattern, closed with the neckline, retested it, wash and repeat. Broke higher, we've retested. So we are on, at least in my opinion, a buying location on TD Ameritrade for the longer term. Short term, I don't see anything prolifically fantastic, but I mean, that's really about it. I don't see anything amazing short term. It's more bullish than non-directional. So share ownership, covered call, bull put spreads, put sales, or longer term call options on TD Ameritrade. SPLK was also requested. SPLK, let me look at this on a weekly chart. This is a pretty volatile little stock right here, and it's at the 200 simple on a weekly. Nice, a little bit of a lower shadow type of candle on the weekly chart. So here's the daily, and had a nice doji yesterday, almost a perfect one, 1 penny away. Yeah, SPLK had a pretty strong gap action. Bearish gap and go right here, white candle gapping down. So we trade to a support. Looks like that gap might fill. I'd be a little bit more bullish to neutral personally on SPLK. Here is VRX as well. Had a trader request VRX, and VRX, here is the daily chart. Just fundamentally, I'm never really bullish on this particular stock. So here's the exponential moving averages. Exponential moving averages, we're kind of right in the middle of those. I had a trader ask me why I would be bearish on this one. And really, the answer mostly is this is the main reason. VRX has just, gotten destroyed over the last few years, 2 years. And looking at a daily chart, I'm just kind of going with the trend at this point. So the daily time frame on VRX, it came in contact with a previous old support, new resistance. So you'll notice this old support right here on VRX, boom, boom, boom. Old support, new resistance right there. Formed a little bit of a double top, and when it started breaking down, I thought to myself, hey, these July $11 puts aren't very expensive. Let me try some out, see if those things can go in the money. So VRX, that's pretty much what I got at this particular point in time. Yes, it is a good bullish gap right here, and yes, you might remember I did look for a bullish trade on it, just never quite happened. My buddy Kevin, Kevin O'Toole on Netflix, he had a bull put spread. And Kevin, looking good, my man. Had a 160, 157, 50 bull put spread expiring today. This was another one. Now, I don't have the clip for this one, but I could probably go and get it if I really need to. But we talked about this one on Tuesday, this day right here, the 30th of May. And I drew in this purple line, and I said, hey guys, if you're looking at playing Netflix, this is how I would. And this little pink line, I drew in saying, hey, let it retrace this level, buy the dip right here. The low of that candle was 160.74. That purple line was right there. Here's the hourly chart. That's exactly what I used to determine that support resistance. Check it out. This is really, really simple stuff, folks. Old resistance just became new support. Now, you could have been by the computer to place that trade, or that could have just been an automatic trigger, what I refer to as a blind buy. We just have a limit buy sitting there, either to get in calls, sell puts, or get into some shares. We've been in bullish Netflix for a while. A lot of traders are enjoying this Netflix bullish move. My buddy Ron, Niels, a lot of other traders just rocking out on Netflix, so congratulations. Here's ADP, and ADP, incredible. So Lauren, pretty much that exact chart analysis that I sent you yesterday. I don't remember exactly where my stop was on that one, but this was a really interesting gap. This is a trade that I lost 0.7R on today. So keep in mind, folks, when I talk about day trading, when I talk about gaps and things like that, you got to remember that these things don't always work. What happens is it gives you an idea of what to do. So when this white candle gapped down, it was a bearish gap and go. And so on the 5-minute chart, I was like, cool, let's see if this thing rolls over, right? And our entry, as you look on the 5-minute chart, was pretty clear, pretty obvious, I think. Entry right there, stop. Actually, initially was right here. Way the heck up there. And then I lowered the stop to here, then I lowered the stop to there, and I got stopped out with that candle for about a 0.7R loss. So I still lost small on it. It just didn't work. Simple as that. Some things work, some things don't. The things that don't work, lose small, but mathematically, if you make more money than you lose, you will be profitable. So automatic data, take some ADP, did retest today, Lauren, and pretty much traded right down. Nice hammer, good volume. If you're looking at playing it bullish, honestly, if it moves higher on Monday, Tuesday, that'd probably be the time. GE, a lot of traders looking at GE. Just want to give my buddy a shout out from over there in Australia, Peter O'Donnell. Got in bullish on GE back at that blue arrow. Had a few traders, I think TJ was another one, requesting GE. And pretty much my analysis was, hey, it's a blue chip, dividend paying, long-term, buy low, sell high stock. It's out of support, rock and roll. Here's 3M. Bottom line, the only thing to do on 3M, which was also requested, is find some targets on this machine. This stock is going really, really high right now, at least, and the trend is megalithlically bullish. So we just have to kind of find out where the heck a target might be if you're in some shares and you want to lock in a profit. So I'm going to use this Fibonacci extension right here. I bet you a dime to a donut. That area is going to be the 0.382. Yes, it is. And, oops, sorry. Drawing it twice on accident. We're at target. We are at a target, but really the 1618. 216.55. If you're in, stay in bullish. Look at this fib for a second. Good grief. Boom, boom. Bounce off there once. Bounce off there twice. Shazam! And then it came back, retesting old resistance, new support. Ah! I love this technical analysis stuff. 216.65 on 3M would be a target. I had a request on the TSX. I can do TSX. HGC on the TSX, Horizon Global Opportunities. It's not been out for very long, but the good news is, with that information, here's the daily chart. Again, this is on the TSX, the Toronto Exchange. Here's a resistance, here's a support. Not tons of volume on this particular stock, but again, it looks like an ETF, probably some type of mutual fund or something, not a very actively traded one. But it did break out nicely. If at some point it can pull back to 10.30, that would probably be the buying opportunity, and then a trade higher. But really, at this particular point in time, it looks relatively good for the most part. Here's Costco and Target, ticker symbol COST. Costco hanging out. This was a great retest gap. My buddy Niels has a put sale. White candle gapping up. Traded down. There's a pink line I drew on the day of the gap. I wanted to trade down, trade up, bounce, and kind of pop. I like Costco here long. I think my 2017 target on this stock is 188.38. I think we get there. So very nice little stair step pattern right here. If we break out higher, go with the trend. If we pull down and you get a bounce off of 177.94, the trend is bullish. Don't be afraid to go bullish. Just look for where you want to buy it, because it is a retest gap, right? White candle gapping up. So what that means is you'd prefer, instead of taking a breakout, you want it to trade sideways and then break out. Or if it does break out, buy that dip just to save yourself the heartache, because if it's a retest gap, you're looking for, and the timing is, try to find a retest that you can play it on. So that's Costco. Let's go look at Target, ticker symbol TGT. And Target hasn't really been doing that much lately. It has just been hanging out down here. So here's the weekly chart. Actually, I can hop over here to the monthly chart now if I'm not mistaken. And here's your long-term moving averages. So yes, we have some traders who are going long with all kinds of different setups. You got put sales, longer-term calls, longer-term share ownership, all kinds of things down here. It is a buy low, sell high, blue chip, dividend paying stock, in my personal opinion. Let's see, daily time frame on Target. It's just chopping around down here, guys. This is an accumulation phase. So if you're getting in bullish on Target, my only suggestion that one is be prepared for this to do a whole lot of nothing for the next 2 to 3 months. Just sit back, relax, and let it do its magic, I guess, because really, it's at a great level. It's just going to accumulate, and accumulation takes time, right? Think about the last time we were down at this price, back in, what, 2014? So we traded around this general area for the better part of a year. And then if you zoom out even farther, we've been in this area before, a time or two, and we can chop around. Target is a bullish stock, but it's pretty choppy and can stay kind of range bound for a while and then have 1 or 2 big moves. So be patient, be bored, and prepare for this thing to take its time. Last two on the list, we got Disney and then we got AMD. So here's Disney, and Disney is down 1% today. It's at 107.12. So let me go to the daily chart on Disney. I love this 105 location. So again, this was a retest gap on Disney, and the interesting thing we got to keep in mind, here's your long-term moving averages. I really think the 200 is the best place to buy Disney, in my personal opinion. So white candle gapping down, that was a gap and go. Even though it did retest, it did roll over. And this black candle gapping down was a retest gap, and that also retested and then probably rolls over. So in this general area, it's going to be hard. Being patient is the hardest thing in trading. But my thought process on this one is, if we do something like this, bloop, right there, good spot to consider buying some Disney. It's about 104. I'm not going to personally take that trade. I don't have the liquidity to really buy enough shares of Disney to make a dent in anything. But long term, if anyone's looking at buying some Disney stock, Here's your weekly chart. And that also coincides with the 100 simple on a weekly and this old resistance, new support. So at that area on Disney is what I like. And here's last one on the list, ticker symbol AMD. AMD, I don't deny with some of the analysts out there thinking this could be a head and shoulders pattern on a weekly chart. Not denying that. Also, here's the daily chart on AMD. Now, the long-term moving averages, we're just kind of hanging out and we're bouncing around those. Those are what's going to be the best support for AMD. This bearish gap and go was the real deal. White candle gapping down. It took out all that support, trapped body, and then just trade down to the support, bounced, and then we're back down here again. So if you're looking at playing AMD, look for a long lower shadow, a bullish candle, something off that 200, and guess what? It could trade right back up to that 100 simple again. Or if it breaks that 200 simple, womp, 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 I think AMD is going to slowly trade lower. Is that likely going to happen? Probably not with this bullish market, but hey, you never know. Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing week this was. May was fantastic. Thank you for all of you who shared your results with me, both your fitness results and your trading results. We had some amazing testimonials and some stories and some achievements. I met with an incredible trader. I want to give my buddy Terrell a shout out. We met with him 3 hours. He drove up from Alabama, and me and him had a coaching session together in person. An incredible guy, Terrell. You're going places in this life, man. Keep up the grind. I love it. And for you, Tyrell Ford up in New York City, I love you also, man. To my Tyrells, I love it. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are fantastic. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. And until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. Bye.